Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Bannerlord developer blogs that have been released over the past 2 weeks. We're going to begin with looking at the most latest one, and probably the most interesting of the two, which is called The Road to Gamescom, which is talking about what's actually happening at Gamescom with them. They don't really go into much detail, I'm not going to lie, but they do actually say that they're not going to be putting a release date out at Gamescom, which a lot of people thought would happen. They basically explain in this dev blog that they're not ready, basically. We know that they're not ready, and we know why they're not ready. We know they're just working really hard on it, and we know the different features and how complex Bannerlord is going to be, and that is why we are not actually going to get a release date anytime soon, is pretty much what they're saying in this blog. They also talk about how other games companies do actually cut content from their game because they're being pushed by publishers to actually get the game out and make those sales, whereas the Tailwords actually argue that their game is very, very complex and very, very deep, and they don't actually want to cut any of that content from the game because they just want everything to be in there and they want it to be perfect. And they obviously don't have a publisher pushing them for a release date, but what they do have is a very hungry community. I mean, people have been waiting for a release date for Bannerlord for about 5 years, and they've been developing it for 5 years, and in this blog they do say that they've basically made a lot of false starts and that kind of thing, so that has slowed them down, but they are working very, very hard to get this game out to us as soon as possible. So in summary, their reasons for not giving a release date at this point in time is because A, they're still working on the game, B, they don't have a publisher actually pushing them to release the game, and C, because just how much stuff Bannerlord has in it. It has such a huge feature list and so many different things in the game that they're not going to be able to develop it very quickly, and they're still working on it, and with a fairly small team as well, which is getting bigger and is now kind of argued to be fairly big. They are still working on it day in, day out. Have no fears about that. So that was this week's blog. I basically just summarized everything that's in there. If you want to take a big detailed look at it, the link is down in the description. It's basically what we kind of know already if you've been following the news from Bannerlord quite closely. So if you haven't, then this may be new news to you. If you have, then it will be kind of old news. I've read in a lot of comments that this whole kind of ethos of Tailwords taking a long time to develop this game, which is around 5 to 6 years, that has just built up such an expectation, and it also has given people like me and Resonant and everybody like that time to speculate on what's going to be in the game, maybe forcing their hand into adding more things and making them take a bit longer possibly, but that's just the whole community because they've been waiting for so long for this game, and we're going to have to wait probably even longer. Hopefully at Gamescom we can see some really cool footage, something that we haven't seen before. If it's just more gameplay of like cavalry gameplay or something like that of single player, then I'll be pretty fed up. If it's multiplayer gameplay, I think I'll be pretty happy, mixed in with some other single player stuff as well. That would be really, really cool. A quick reminder, Gamescom is from Tuesday the 22nd of August to Saturday the 26th of August, and that's basically when we're going to get some more Bannerlord news, so stay tuned for my channel for that. So moving on to the first blog that they released around on the 10th of August, which was 8 days ago. Sadly, I couldn't cover it when it came out because I was away at a festival and my voice is kind of slowly dying. So in this blog, they basically talk about how many people are on the team. So there are 60 people currently working on Bannerlord, plus 19 more people in different administration and support tasks. So they have a design team which consists of 5 people and 2 are narrative designers. They also have a large team of artists with 25 people working in a variety of different roles, including environment, characters, concept artists, technical artists, modelers, navigation mesh, campaign map, user interface, particle, sound, atmosphere, and motion capture. That's a very, very important part of the team. They also have 3 different departments for programmers. The biggest one is obviously responsible for the gameplay and is comprised of 12 people. Comprised is probably a better word. They also develop the back-end AI, physics, combat, multiplayer, and animations. They also have 8 people who develop the engine. They have an editor, a post-effects and render performance, particles, cloth physics, build engineering, console, porting, and the replay system. The campaign department is formed by 5 people who work on the sandbox mechanics, missions, and the user interface. And finally, they have a QA team, which is made up of 5 people who basically test the game and make sure that the game is as polished as possible. All of these departments are supported by an administration team made up of 19 people who have a variety of roles, from those who oversee the entire project to the business development people, the PR and the communication team, who include people like Callum, and the incredibly nice office assistants who make sure that the daily life of the studio goes as smoothly, and also they make sure they don't run out of coffee. So they basically then go on to say they got a lot of people from loads of different countries. It's quite a big international team, and that's the 2 blogs summarized, pretty much all the interesting stuff in one. Anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. It took me a long time to make this, surprisingly, because my voice is literally dying. I can only speak for like 10 seconds before I start coughing. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead on Twitter and follow me over there. I'm really active on there at the moment. You can kind of see insights to my real life, as well as things such as that I'm talking to with Mountain Blade, like Tail Worlds and that kind of stuff, with Resonant, with lots of other YouTubers, and interacting with you guys obviously as well. So go ahead and check that out. It's a very, very interesting source for Bannerlord information, news, etc. So go ahead and check that out. The link is down in the description. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant day, and I will see you in the next battle.
And who are you? The proud Lord said that I must bow so low. Only a cat of a different coat, that's all the truth I know.